All right, in this video I have a look at the brand new Balance Fresh Foam X 880 V14. Per your guys' request, you guys said you guys wanted to see a review on these, so shout out to you guys that left comments on products that you guys want to see reviews on. If you guys have other ones that you want to see, leave a comment in the video or hit me up on Twitter. Always down to try something new, especially in this kind of a space. But as I mentioned, this is the latest and greatest version, the Fresh Foam X 880 V14. So the V14s came out here, and this is a pretty nice, comfortable version of a New Balance sneaker. The first thing I noticed right out of the box is how crazy light these things are. Let me check. So this is a men's 9.5 normal size, 9.2 ounces versus the 1080s. They're 9.6 ounces, so they're actually lighter than the 1080s. And then just for fun, these are 10 ounces or close to that. This is the older version of the 1080s. One of the ones that really got me into New Balance in the first place. This version right here was the one that brought me to the 1080 line in Fresh Foam, and ever since then I've probably reviewed 20 plus pairs from New Balance. I just absolutely love the product. So in this video I wanted to compare the 1080 V13 versus the 880 V14. If you guys are interested in buying a pair of the 880 V14s or the 1080 V13s, I'll put a link in the description of the video. If you guys use my links, it takes you directly to New Balance's website, but it does give me a little bit of a kickback and it lets New Balance know that you guys saw the video. Greatly appreciate it when you guys do that. So which one of these should you buy? Honestly, that's going to depend on what you're looking for in a pair of sneakers. This one is a little bit lighter, as you just saw, but is it as soft and squishy? Is it as comfortable as the 1080 V13s? And I'll tell you right out the bat that the 1080 V13s is much softer on feet. I don't know what they did to this Fresh Foam X compound in the V13s versus the V14 880s. This is so much softer. Like the durometer says about 27. And these say about 39 versus at 27, but if you get them hand in hand, you can feel the squish difference. Like this is super soft and squishy. This is pretty good, but not near as soft as these. So right off the bat, if you want the most soft and squishy feel, the one that has the most plush feel underfoot, the 1080 V13s deliver better than the 880 V14s. But some people might find the 1080 V13s even too soft and squishy. For those people, you might actually prefer the 880s because these are a little bit lighter, and because the midsole is not as soft and squishy, means that these are probably the more versatile pair of the two, and even better at a lower price point. So these ones are 140. The 1080 V13s are 165. $25 savings for a little bit of a lighter shoe, a little bit more firm midsole, and I think that you're going to appreciate these a lot more. Now, the funny thing is I got these in, tried them on feet immediately. I was like, whoa, these are really good on feet. They are very soft on feet, and you definitely feel a nice amount of cushion as you'd expect from the Fresh Foam X. But then I tried on one of the 1080 V13s next to these, and I was like, oh, okay, this is crazy. They're so much different. But then I went one step further and I tried on an older pair of the 1080s next to these, but then these felt pretty much exactly on par with what the old 1080s had felt. So point being, this feels on feet very similar to the 1080s from like the V12s, the V11s, the V10s versus the V13s. That makes the 1080 V13s like a crazy step above the other three versions that this shoe already offered. This is by far and away the softest and squishiest version of the 1080 V13s. I absolutely love this shoe. I like that soft, squishy feel under feet. It is really soft, and it feels really quite amazing underfoot. One of my favorites, honestly, and as I mentioned in the past in other videos, like if I was gonna go to Disneyland like tomorrow, those would be the shoes I'm taking, 100%. I like that soft, squishy feel. It just feels really nice for me personally. But again, if those are too soft for you, these are a better option in my opinion. So the other pros about the 880 V13s is that, yes, they're $25 less than the 1080 V13s. Slightly firmer, which makes these a little bit more versatile, as I mentioned. These do have a similar build to the 1080 V13s though, with the upper, the engineered mesh, the overall placement of the tongue and the heel collar looks very similar to the 1080s. Then the outsole traction does have a very similar look to the 1080s as well. Another pro of the 880 is the fact that they offer wide and extra wide versions of this model. So people that really have a hard time finding wide shoes, they offer wides and extra wides in really comfortable pairs. So this is one that has it, but also the 1080 V13 does have wide and extra wide as well. Personally, Fresh Foam X usually fits me a little bit narrow, so I do go true to size regular, and those are the ones that I prefer. Some people have mentioned that these fit a little bit narrow, but honestly, I didn't have any problems with that, and I have a little bit of a wider foot. Now for the fuel cell line, like the Rebel V3s or the Supercomp trainers, I do get a wide version of those typically because I do like a little bit more width in my fuel cell sneakers. And one more pro about the 880 V14s is I'm guessing they're gonna have a Gore-Tex version similar to what they had in the V13s. I don't think I've ever seen a Gore-Tex version of the 1080s thus far. They had a permafrost version, but that's not water resistant. So throwing this out there, if you're looking for a waterproof option, they do offer the Gore-Tex versions of the 880s, and I'm assuming they're going to be doing an update with the Gore-Tex in the 14th version later this year. So if I can only have one of these shoes, which is the one I'm keeping, I'm definitely keeping the 1080 V13. I think that this is probably the perfect comfort shoe at this point. Like, it's just the right amount of foam height where you're not overly wobbly because it's so ridiculously high. Yes, there's a little bit less stability than the 880 because of the softer nature of the midsole, but I feel like it's just the right amount of squish where it's like crazy good on feet. But also the upper construction is decent as well. The traction is good. It's fairly lightweight. And all in all, like, this thing is a dream on feet. That being said, the 880s are still really nice as well. So if I had to give these some sort of a rating, I would say that the stability overall for the 1080s are about a 7.5. Stability on the 880s, I would say about a 7.8. They're all pretty good. Breathability, I would give the 1080s an 8.7. They did feel more breathable on feet than the 880s. The 880s I'd give like an 8.3. Overall traction, I feel like the rubber is stickier on the 880s, but you do have a little bit more traction coverage on the back of the 1080s. That being said, I'd give the traction an 8.2 on the 1080s and an 8.3 on the 880s. And the overall comfort rating, I mean, for me, these are like a 9.8. These are insanely good. I would give the 880s probably like an 8.9. These are also very, very, very good. Comparison to like your Jordan Retros, your Dunks, your Nike Air Max sneakers, those type of things. These are insanely, insanely good. But again, comparing to its own competition, like, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. I definitely go with the 1080s. But leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys think about the new 880s? Is it something you guys are interested in or not? Again, I feel like this is a more versatile option than the 1080s. If you don't want as crazy soft and squishy, but you want really, really good comfort in a lightweight package, these things are incredible. It's kind of crappy for me to do a review next to like its bigger brother, and its bigger brother is like, you know, just softer and squishier and more lovable, I guess, than the lower tiered model. But honestly, they're both really incredibly good shoes. But leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys like about the 880s? Do you guys actually prefer these for any reasons? Leave a comment, let me know. Curious to see what you guys have to say. And if you guys have any other shoes that you guys want to see comparisons to or reviews on in the future from a casual, leave a comment, let me know, man. Because I'm definitely getting the Rebel V4s, and the rest of the New Balance lineup is super, super good. But other brands as well, always curious to see what you guys want to see. And I'm very excited for where footwear is leading us with the runner space specifically. They have so many awesome, comfortable pairs of sneakers that it just makes my feet happy. Anyways, if you guys want to buy the 880s or the 1080s, links in the description. Again, appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. Have a good one. All right, peace, guys.